Chapter 7, in which our hero expresses an unpopular opinion of Americans born between 1900 and 1924. The rain had stopped by the time Garland finished his story, and the windows around Morningview Arbor's recreation room grew brighter as the line of storms moved off to the east. I thanked the old man for his time, and he managed a grunt in my direction. Parker told him she'd be back to see him soon, and he smiled. Then we left him there, sitting on the couch with the Da Vinci Code in his lap. He was asleep before we reached the door. "I love that old man," Parker said on the drive back to school. "I'm not sure he liked me," I said. "Oh, he didn't," Parker assured me. "But you shouldn't take it personally. He doesn't like anyone at first. He'll warm up to you, though. Probably." Parker picked up my tabloid again and said, "I could talk to him all day. People from his generation are just, I don't know." She held up an article entitled, "When Boob Jobs Go Horribly Wrong." They're just better. I never bought the whole greatest generation crap. I mean, everyone pretty much agrees the baby boomers are the worst, so how can the greatest generation be so great if they're universally acknowledged as terrible parents? Maybe the greatest generation's parents are the real greatest generation, except they caused the Great Depression and fixed a World Series and outlawed alcohol, which only bolsters my theory that all generations suck in their own way. I didn't mention this to Parker, though, because I try not to argue with people who scare me. "So is that why you never talk to anyone at school?" I asked instead. "Because we're not in our 90s? "I talk to people at school." "No, you don't. You'd never even talked to me before today." She never kissed me before today either, but I wasn't sure how to broach that subject, and so far she acted like it never happened. And maybe it hadn't. We did have sloppy joes for lunch, and at J.P. Hornby those can cause hallucinations. Parker thought for a moment and said, "Well, it's not like you talk to people at school either." "Fair enough," I said, "but I have my reasons." "You and me both, kid," she said, then patted me on the head like a puppy. "But I'll try to remember to talk to you tomorrow." I smiled and said, "That's very generous of you." Parker's rusty green moped was the only vehicle left at school, and I pulled up next to it and let her out. But no sooner had she closed the door than she opened it right back and asked, "You take French for foreign language, right?" "Yeah," I said, wondering how she knew that. "This is my second year." "And you're fluent?" "I won the Excellence in French Award last year on Awards Day," I said. Technically, this wasn't the same thing as being fluent. In fact, it only meant I could conjugate verbs on a multiple choice test, but I wanted to impress her. "Perfect," she said. "I'll see and speak to you tomorrow, Edwin Green." Then she smiled and walked away before I had a chance to say anything else.